When I started my search to figure out which device I wanted to use with E6, these were the questions I had. I knew a gaming PC would work better than an iPad, but I was still wondering, did it matter which iPad model I used? So like the iPad Air or the iPad Pro or just a regular iPad. I was curious how different the performance was between the iPad and the PC. So I'm looking to answer these questions for you and help you decide which device is best for you. Right off the bat, if you want the best performance and the best graphics, go with a gaming PC. A gaming PC will always give the best graphics, best performance, but the point of this video is not necessarily to show what's the best, but it's to weigh your options of the portability with the iPad and the convenience with the iPad versus which iPad model to get versus should I spend a little extra money to upgrade to a PC. So let's start off by looking at the iPads. Does a higher end iPad like the iPad Pro or the iPad Air perform better with E6 than the regular iPad? This is a question I had when researching which device to get that would work well with E6, and I could not find the answer anywhere. I searched the internet, I even emailed E6, and they couldn't answer my questions. The good news is I found that the iPad Air and just the regular iPad actually performed the same. There was no difference in graphics, there was no difference in speed. They worked the same, which is good news for me because that meant I could spend less money and get the cheaper iPad version. Looking at them side by side, you can tell, yeah, they look the same, no difference. So if you're just looking at getting an iPad, you know you want the portability and the convenience of an iPad over a PC. I think this answers the question for you. You can go ahead and go with the cheaper version of iPad and you will be just fine. If you're debating between an iPad and a PC, one thing to consider as well is what will you be viewing your E6 on. So for me, I'm using a 75-inch 4K TV, and when I connect my iPad to it with an HDMI cable, the picture becomes a lot worse than probably what you're seeing on the screen. It gets expanded, it looks pretty clumpy. I don't love it. When using a PC, the picture comes through a lot clearer, but when you're just using the iPad, the picture looks good enough. I think it looks pretty good because it's a much smaller screen, it's not expanded, so the picture comes through okay. Let's do a quick side-by-side comparison of the iPad versus the gaming PC. You can tell, look at the graphics between the two. So on the left you got the iPad, the trees do move, there's a little bit of shadow, the grass looks clumpy, the trees are also a little clumpy, but you look at the PC on the right, grass looks a little cleaner, the shadows look good, the edges are crisper, there's movement in the shadows as well. Overall, the PC definitely looks better and performs a little bit better. It just comes down to whether you want to pay the price for a gaming PC or stick to the convenience and portability of an iPad. Here are the specs of my gaming PC. Pause it if you need to take a look closely, but nothing super special. It is worth noting that I tried using just a regular PC. It didn't have a fancy graphics card or anything like that, and E6 would crash every time. So I don't even think that's an option. You're gonna have to go the route of spending a little bit more money to get some type of gaming PC. So in summary, the iPad Air does not perform better than the regular iPad. So I would say save that money and go with the cheaper iPad. A gaming PC will perform much better than an iPad. It has much better graphics. An average PC will not work with E6. It will just crash. So I think the question boils down to, if you're debating iPad or PC, do you want the portability, convenience, and price of the iPad? Or are you willing to spend a little extra to get the best experience and best performance and best graphics on a gaming PC where you will spend north of $1,000?